Manipulation: The Science and Art of Influence and Persuasion. Written by Christian Olsen. Narrated by Matthias Job Gombusch. Introduction. In this book, I am going to tell you about manipulation and how to stop, prevent, or protect yourself from becoming an unsuspecting victim. Everyone can be an easy prey, including you. So, it's important to know the different techniques that manipulators use to control people. Manipulators can be anyone. He can be a total stranger, a new acquaintance, or someone very close to you. The sad reality is, a family member, friend, colleague, superior, leader, or a relative whom you trust can become your greatest oppressor, and you wouldn't even notice. This person can have the power over you because he knows you well, your thoughts, your feelings, your fears, and even your plans for the future. He uses his knowledge to overpower you and agree with his own whims. It is time to cut the chain that connects you with the manipulative people. This book will be your guide to find out if people in your life are trying to manipulate you. If you are already a victim, it will help you remove yourself from their clutches. You will learn how to spot manipulators and how they work to control you. Each chapter of this book discusses a topic that will help you understand manipulation and its capacity to destroy your emotional, psychological, and mental health. The discussions are based on different concepts and studies about manipulation, which have been proven true by many people. There are strategies that will help you detach yourself from their influence. Remember that nobody can help you but yourself. So, learn and practice them slowly until you find yourself emotionally strong to break free from manipulators in your life. The contents of this book will help you find out if you are being manipulated without being aware. There are also tips that will help you avoid them. Aside from giving you the negative side of manipulation, this book also presents the positive side of manipulation. When used positively by emotionally strong people, manipulation can help you advance in life. Why not learn the effective ways to use it to your own advantage? One precaution though, do not wait too long to act. Manipulators never stop. The more you comply with their desires, the more they will abuse you. Don't wait until it is too late, and you are totally destroyed or even dead inside. It is time to fight and reclaim your power over your life. Read and control your own destiny. Chapter 1. The Science and Art of Influence. In this chapter, I am going to tell you why influence is considered both a science and an art. The truth is, it isn't easy to influence other people. It requires certain skills and abilities. The world of today is the showcase of the contributions of many influential people of different eras. They changed the world with their own brand of influence, in forms of spoken words, written materials, discoveries, inventions, and actions. To better comprehend this power to influence, you need to know why influencing people is a science and an art. The science of influence. The skill to influence people is tied with emotional intelligence, EQ. You can only influence others if you completely understand yourself and overcome your biases. Becoming emotionally prepared is vital in influencing other people. Two examples of these biases are the endowment effect and social proof. Endowment effect is the belief that you and your ideas are better than others. Social proof is a perception that popularity is a big factor to influence other people. Learning to handle these biases will empower you. You developed heightened level of situational awareness. You understand what is going on around you and why people act or react the way they do. you learn to respond and manage difficult situations. Once you master these skills, you are on your way to the road of success. The art of influence. To know how manipulators work, you need to know how a person becomes able to influence another. It is important to become likable if you want to influence people. The art of making others feel secured and safe when they are with you is important. So, how do you achieve this? First, you must be someone they know. Second, they must like you. And third, they need to trust you. Earning their approval starts with basic steps. Make eye contact, smile, introduce yourself, have some small talk, make them feel comfortable, and connect with them. Be an active listener too. This will help you gain their trust faster. Once you do, it is time to deliver and execute your move to influence them. You can do this by showing them that you have potential solutions to their dilemma or the ability to change the situations. Be confident and transparent if you want to maintain their trust. To exude an aura of confidence, you have to believe that you are able and capable, because once they see that you are weakening, you are doomed. The fundamental principles of influence. To learn more about how influence occurs, let's take a look at the basic principles. Authority. People respect and follow those who represent authority. They admire experts who walk their talk. They are most likely to believe those with business titles, wearing impeccable clothes, and driving a cool car. The brand of personal success is the best way to easily influence other people. Authority is like a cloak that makes people submit or follow people who are in powerful positions. They exude a strong sense of leadership, which motivates people to be with them. Reciprocation. It is based on the concept that when you give something free to someone, he feels indebted to you. In personal aspect, when you assist people during difficult times, the great favor you have done will not be forgotten. Somehow, they will always do something for you just to return the favor. In business, when you give free sample of your products, people will likely favor your stuff, especially if they prove to be useful and helpful. Unexpected samples, favors, compliments, or any positive action make people react affirmatively. This is one of the drawing secrets of successful marketers. Liking. What makes people agree and say yes? First, they know you, and second, they like you. Once these two things are established, you can start treading your way to their emotions and influence them through words and actions. People almost favor those who praise them or are more physically appealing. People who like you cannot say no. The sense of familiarity and belongingness are important factors to influence people. Social proof. This involves influencing people through the concept of showing them proofs that what you are offering is patronized by others. Most people use what their friends, neighbors, or colleagues are using. When people are still undecided on the course of action they want, the tendency is to look around and find those who have done the right choices. Social proof has become a vital guide before people make important decisions when they are confused. Commitment and consistency. Most people like consistency and follow existing values, attitudes, and actions. When you show them pre-patterned course of action, it usually leads to commitment. When you make them agree in written or verbal form, they become more liable of their next action. Most likely, they will follow through their commitment. When you make them say yes, in the presence of other people, they will be more determined to complete the whole process. Older people also are more committed. They value consistency, so they are easier to influence. However, it is also a challenge to make them believe in you, so better arm yourself with more confidence. One important tip is to praise them for making good choices in the past. Then, connect why it is worth to make a new choice. Scarcity. In economics, everything is influenced by supply and demand. Basically, products with lesser supply become more valuable. Unique, rare, or new product make people more determined to get it no matter what the price is. Take the case of people who lined up early or even camped outside stores overnight just to get the latest gadget during its initial launching in the market. What is the difference between influence and manipulation? Note that influence does not always equate to manipulation. What separates merely having influence to outright manipulation is the underlying reason or motive behind the action. Influencers are charismatic, authoritative, respected, and energetic people who aim for a better condition of their audience. Manipulators are cunning and influence people to gain something from them, even at the expense of using emotional blackmail. In the succeeding chapters, you will learn more about what manipulation is and how a person can deal with it. Chapter 2. Understanding Manipulation. In this chapter, I am going to tell you why great leaders and successful people seem to be getting their goals in the exact way they want them to be. They may have exemplary qualities which put them at the top of their fields. However, there is one thing that they have in common: the ability to influence people and consequently get what they desire. What is manipulation? It is the purposeful action to influence another person in skillful, clever manner to the point of being unscrupulous. Victims of manipulation usually do not see that they are being used or manipulated. Manipulators usually do their tricks during their victims' most vulnerable moments. They know how to coat manipulative acts with sweet words or use their authority. Usually, manipulators play with victims' emotions. Manipulators make people feel responsible for something, even when they aren't. This prompted victims to act quickly and produce results. Manipulative behaviors are indicators of underlying mental health conditions. Some of the most favorite acts of manipulators are dishonesty, verbal abuse, withholding information, passive-aggressive behavior, use or lack of sexual acts, threatening emotional blackmail, and isolating someone from his loved ones. When one or more of these behaviors are done in a chronic pattern, it is a clear sign that something is extremely wrong. Most manipulative people have personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality, borderline personality, sociopaths, addicts, or Munchausen syndrome by proxy, making other people sick just to get affection or attention. On the other hand, victims of chronic manipulators show the following behaviors: mild to extreme depression, anxiety or panic attacks, unhealthy coping behaviors such as trying to constantly please the perpetrator, feeling worthless, isolated, or bullied, abnormal eating patterns, guilt, lying about their real feelings, putting others over their own needs, and not trusting their own judgments or perceptions. Is manipulation bad or good? In ancient times, there were many kings, queens, knights, and army generals who became infamous because they used their positions to influence people to do bad things. At present, the world has the likes of former President Barack Obama and Bernie Madoff. Obama is known for his potent power of persuasion, which mobilized disengaged and apathetic voters, while Madoff cunningly utilized manipulation techniques so he could steal billions of dollars. These two people showed two facets of manipulation. It can bring positive benefits or put you in a negative situation. Manipulation is a tool which you can use to acquire the result you want. It is used by people to influence other people to buy their products, choose their services, stop certain vices, or promote a cause. Every day, people are being manipulated by advertisements, promotional campaigns, and people who are in authority, such as employers, politicians, and leaders. Every single day, people are conquering mild to extreme pressures to accommodate requests from peers, bosses, and family members. When is manipulation wrong? Basically, manipulation is utilized to create change. When it is used to destroy the normal functioning of a person or organization, it becomes wrong. When it affects the behavior and alters a good service, then it is wrong. When it pushes someone to do something negative just to comply with the task and present an outcome, then it is wrong. When is manipulation good? Of course, manipulation becomes positive when it is used to change a bad habit and form new ones that will help the person. It is good when it pushes someone to change his mindset and entertain new perspective which can benefit him. One example of good manipulation is a diet program. When you intend to lose weight, you sometimes allow others, such as nutritionists, to influence you and accept different options. You start selecting the best one for you and allow each option to give you information. Finally, the most ideal program will influence you to decide. You are somehow manipulated with the benefits that it presents and expect that it will give you the result that others get. Why is modern technology considered a great manipulator? Do you find yourself checking your mobile phone notifications as soon as you wake up? Do you reply your emails, tweets, and messages before saying good morning to your spouse? These are signs of addictive behavior, which can be destructive. According to a game creator and professional, Ian Bogost, this modern technology is called a cigarette of the century. Users are in a way being manipulated by gadgets, with the rewards being instant gratification. So much so that there are users who seemingly cannot live without gadgets. However, it can be argued that manufacturers of these products and service providers or app owners like Mark Zuckerberg create something to improve the lives of people. Almost everything that is invented, created, and manufactured is done to facilitate living or satisfy the needs of others. These people fulfilled their moral obligation to improve the existing conditions of users. Users, therefore, should become morally responsible to avoid possible extreme behavior which comes from being addicted to technology. Chapter 3. Dealing with Manipulation. In this chapter, I am going to tell you how you can be able to resist manipulation. The first thing you need to know is to become aware of different types of manipulators. Be observant at all times. Learn to protect yourself and avoid sharing your personal information to everyone you meet. You need to know the common techniques that manipulators use. The knowledge will help you decipher the actions of others toward you. And finally, this chapter will also teach you ways to handle them effectively. How to recognize manipulation. Most manipulators use covert methods to influence other people. Manipulators can be abusive or use deceptive or indirect tactics. It can be a flattering or friendly approach, which looks like the person is concerned about you, but he has an ulterior motive behind his request. Sometimes it appears as veiled hostility, which intimidates you unconsciously and makes you feel something is wrong with you. Others tend to show ignorance when confronted by asking, "Who? Me?" implicating someone by saying X says this about you, or making you feel guilty after all that I have done for you. Many people grew up being manipulated, but of course, they don't know that. Manipulation acts may appear as natural and familiar requests because of their consistency and regularity in your life. Sometimes manipulators use sweet, caring, ingratiating, and pleasant words to achieve what they want from you. They can play with your emotions and solicit sympathy and trigger guilt. They make you confused and unable to act with confidence. During this state, you have a tendency to disregard your own instincts. It becomes hard for you to discern whether what is happening is true or false, positive or negative. What are the common types of manipulators? 1. The guilt tripper. He is someone who uses the following statements. If you love me, you would blank. If you only knew what happened to me, you would blank. Or, if you are good, blank, you would do blank. These are just examples of common dialogues and manipulators. Guilt tripper uses the situation to make you do the dirty jobs for him or avoid possible reprimand. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is not giving in to his act. Keep your focus on what you want and be firm in your decision. You can say, I'm sorry, but I need to blank. This will make him realize that you cannot be manipulated. 2. The threatener. Victims of domestic violence and crime suffer from this type of manipulators. This person uses his authority over his family to harm them physically, verbally, emotionally, and psychologically. His favorite statement is, do what I say or want, or I will hurt you, or someone in the family. This manipulator uses blackmail to scare people. He often makes threats to destroy your family, reputation, career, or relationship with other people. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is to escape and seek outside help. Remember that the more you allow him to scare you, the more he will threaten you. 3. The silent treatment giver. This particular manipulator uses withdrawal of care, support, communication, and even sex to accomplish his objective. He controls his partner or others' behavior by seeding fear in their heart. These fears can be fear of abandonment, fear of disconnection, and fear of rejection. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is to respond in a relaxed manner. If you won't talk to me, then fine. Talk to me when you are ready. This shows that you are not afraid of his emotional withdrawal. 4. The competitor. He likes competition, but beware because he wants to emerge as a winner or make him your priority. He loves to play games to make you choose or do the things he hates. Remember, in competition, there is always a loser, and he wants it to be you. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is to set a goal that encourages negotiation and cooperation. Remember that when you comply, manipulation continues, so change the game yourself. Counteract his games and make a compromise that will both benefit you. 5. The extreme critic. This type of manipulator uses criticisms to control the other person. His plan is to destroy your confidence and weaken your defenses. He wants you to feel inferior and follow his commands to avoid more criticisms. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is to ask for more. Why? Because when you ask, you are showing him that you are not affected and want to know more details so you can better yourself. However, if you are in defense mode, he will be eager to prove that he is right and you are wrong. Number 6. Self-esteem attacker. He is fond of making unfair judgments on what you are doing, putting you down, or giving you labels. He wants to erode your self-esteem. He expects you to please him by not doing what he doesn't like. In order to avoid being belittled, you try to please him whenever he wants. This gives him power over you, and he will not stop unless you show him that you do not want to become a victim anymore. The best way to handle this type of manipulator is not to take his comments personally. Show him that you will never allow anyone to disrespect. You can do it by telling him in a firm, strong voice that you are not what he says. Do not be bullied, because he will try to attack you more once you show your resistance. However, this is the only way to stop him, or walk away permanently. Other acts of manipulation and how to counteract them. A manipulator tells you something that denies it later. This person wants to intimidate you and react negatively. It is a form of crazy-making tactic with the objective of making you feel bad. He is skillful in lying and denying. You can counteract his action by taking notes or recording your conversation without his knowledge. Manipulators will try to make you feel obligated. Let him know that you are being forgetful these past days. Do not allow him to make you feel bad. A manipulator creates illusion that he is there to help you. This person will agree or offer to help you, but later will complain how difficult the task is. Sometimes he shows it by displaying annoying body movements, such as bored facial expression, eyes rolling, heavy sighing, or slouching. When you confront him, he will be using his other crazy-making tactics again, like playing victim of the situation. The best way to handle this person is to ask him what he truly feels about the task. Doing this will make him realize that will not allow his tactics to affect your project. Make a choice to let him stay or keep him out of the task or your life. A manipulator likes to downsize your problem or steal your moment. He wants the spotlight for himself and tries to steal it every time you share something. The familiar scenario is, you are telling a bad experience, but before you are finished, this person will begin telling a similar story. He doesn't care about your problem, or he will begin downsizing your problem by saying, "That's nothing compared to what I have been through," then proceed with his own tale. What to do? Just walk away. There's no use blaming him for his negative action. He will surely accuse you of something that will make you feel bad. He is not worthy of your precious time. A manipulator plays victim. He uses emotional manipulation to achieve what he desires. He will plant guilt into your heart to push you to fight his battle. He thinks you owe it to him, and he wouldn't even say thank you. He can assume victim stance to make you act on their behalf. When this happens, decide if he deserves the favor that he wants you to do for him. Be careful, or you may be doing something that is not aligned to your principle or can harm you. A manipulator turns your own criticisms against you. When you begin pointing his shortcoming, he will make this an opportunity to turn the table against you. He starts blaming you with negative things that are happening in his life. He will whine and make you feel responsible for what is going on. The best thing to do is not to say anything. Stop yourself from trying to make him feel better. Do not be angry. Do not apologize. Do not let his manipulation tactics affect your emotions. Do not succumb to his acting. A manipulator makes you feel that he trusts you. He will share big secrets or dramatic stories of his life to let you inside his world. He will draw you into emotional and deep conversation. You end up feeling his pains or helping him out of his negative experience. You begin feeling responsible and want to become someone who can help him. He has manipulated you by feeding his emotional need. Remember that not all big dramas are true. Listen, but do not allow yourself to be caught in a web of lies and emotional blackmail. A manipulator asks bigger favor to get what he really wants. This person knows that if he asks for bigger favors, for example, borrowing $50, though he just needs half of it, the simple psychology is, when he asks for 25, he knows that he may or may not get it, so by asking double, he can persist by saying a half of the amount will do. You can say no and do not be guilty for saying it. A manipulator wears an aura of emotional manipulation. He is an expert of spreading his emotions which affect people around him. When he is in a bad mood, he wants people to make him feel better, and people comply to restore the positive aura of the environment. Victims often do the dirty jobs for him to stop him from creating more unpleasant sensations in the room. Tolerating this person constantly will make you forget your own needs and tasks. Better break out from being affected. A manipulator uses aggression to achieve his goal. He will try to bully you with words or actions. He sends murderous look or show unlikely gestures to make you feel afraid of him. Do not show any emotions. Do not allow him to antagonize you even from afar. Do not reflect his emotions. Do not show that he is scaring you. Remain calm and control yourself. When he sees that you are not scared, he will find other victims. A manipulator agrees superficially to your suggestions. He will show support of you, but mind you, he will not go out of his way to follow through. He will also give his own ideas. Do not allow him to disrupt your normal pattern of life or work. Avoid this type of person. A manipulator has million excuses. He has always a reason for his complacency. Mistakes or weaknesses. He is too lazy to act his talk. Do not accept excuses. Make him commit, or better show him that you mean serious business. A manipulator says what you expect to hear. He knows you fully well and will tell something that you want, but do not expect him to stick to it. Most likely, he will find excuses not to do or act on what he says. Do not believe him, be honest, and not say anything to him. A manipulator shows helplessness. He wants you to do things for him, plans everything, or organizes schedules. Do not give in to his manipulation. Be responsible for your own life. Say no and be firm. What are the additional techniques that manipulators used? Aside from the above-mentioned methods, here are other ways that they use comparing, bribery, complaining, assumptions, apologies, evasiveness, flattery, forgetting, gifts, and foot-in-the-door reversals. What can you do to stop manipulators? Ask questions. When you feel that someone is attempting to manipulate you, ask probing questions to catch him off guard. This technique will give you time to analyze the situation. Do not make immediate decision. Some of the questions you may ask include, how will this benefit me? Do you think it is reasonable? Are you telling me or asking me to do it? Do I have a say on this matter? Do you think it is fair enough for both of us? Confront the person. If it happens in a group, talk to the person in authority, especially if the pressure is too much for you. If the leader is the one manipulating you, confront him and tell him that what he is asking is against your will. Better be honest. It is best to confront someone in a private place. Tell him that you do not want to be controlled, but assure him that you still want to be friends. Usually, he will sever the ties. Let him go. He will not improve your life. Refuse. If you think that you cannot do what he is asking, then decline. Be firm when saying no, because if he sees you weakening, he will try to persuade you again. By refusing his request, he may remove you from the list of people he will intimidate. Do not be pressured with continued attempts. Most likely, the person will continue to ask you for a while. He will try to make you react negatively just to get even. Do not let him pressure you. Keep a distance or walk away from him. Do not be swayed with flattery. When someone gives you lavish flattery, especially if you think you haven't done enough, beware. Just say thank you, but do not be fooled. Take a break. If you feel overwhelmed, go on a vacation or stay away from the person. Remember, you are in control of your life. You are not obligated to please other people. Break the relationship if it stresses you. Avoid contact if you can. Do not give an immediate answer. Manipulators expect immediate reply. Do not give any person the power to control you. Instead of giving answers, say, "I'll think about it." This will give you leverage and advantage of time. You can study the pros and cons of the situation or offer. Avoid self-blame or personalization. Do not take everything personally. A manipulator will always focus on your weaknesses and magnify them. When it happens, do not satisfy him by showing that you are affected. Avoid feeling inadequate. Remember that you are not the problem. He is the problem. Do not allow him to control your emotions. Evaluate your relationship with the person by answering these questions honestly. The answers will show you if you or he is the real problem in the relationship. Is he treating me with genuine respect? Am I happy in this relationship? Is it a give and take relationship? Are his demands and expectations of me reasonable? By now, you should have an idea on whether someone in your life is manipulating you. In the next chapter, you will know what you can do to break free. Chapter 4. Breaking Free. In this chapter, I am going to help you break free from being a constant doormat to stand up for yourself against manipulative family and friends. Often, people allow others to manipulate them because they want to be part of the group. They want to please others. They are emotionally insecure, or they want to be politically correct. When you allow others to control your decisions and actions, it will be easy for them to use or abuse you. However, if you first focus on what you can control, you minimize the chance to be manipulated. Afterwards, you can start strengthening the areas you're weak in. Are you being pushed to do things that you do not want to do? Usually, you notice something is wrong when you find yourself questioning why you are doing something for someone against your will. You find yourself complying without enthusiasm. You feel bad, even sick. You feel tired and demotivated. When is the right time to ask for outside intervention? Any time can be the best time. If someone is making your life stressful or miserable, look around and find a confidant. Your family and friends can help you see the situation clearly. However, if the manipulation involves a family member, it will be difficult to open up with friends. In such cases, the best thing to do is to seek professional help to resolve the dilemma before it breaks your spirit. Counseling therapy sessions will probe the underlying reasons that you allow others to manipulate you. Psychologists can help you find out why manipulators target you and their motivations in using or abusing you. They can also help you become proactive and motivated to change the imbalanced pattern of your life. How to use your fundamental rights against manipulators. As citizens, you have the basic human rights that you need to remember when dealing with manipulative people. Learn to stand up against manipulators and defend your fundamental rights. 1. The right to be treated with respect. 2. The right to say no without feeling guilty. 3. The right to express your feelings, opinions, and wants. 4. The right to get what you pay for. 5. The right to set your own priorities. 6. The right to take care of and protect yourself from being physically, mentally, or emotionally threatened. 7. The right to have opinions different from others. 8. The right to create your own happy and healthy life. These rights set boundaries that protect you from people's manipulation. Let these remind you of what you deserve. Do not allow others to trample them. Others may try to deprive you of these rights. Be strong and control your own life path. Chapter 5. How to use manipulation positively. In this chapter, I am going to teach you how you can use manipulation to your advantage. It doesn't require a psychology degree or mind reading skills to manipulate other people. The key is to be able to influence the thoughts and emotions in a subtle way that people won't realize that they are being manipulated. Besides, it's a win-win situation. You gain what you want, and they benefit from what you do. Successful people use manipulation many times in their lives for their own interest. These people are not bad or evil, so do not be afraid to learn and master manipulation techniques to gain emotional and financial benefits. What are the types of manipulation techniques that you can use? Fear and relief technique. If you see someone who is ready to give up or needs immediate help, offer assistance and relieve the pressure off him. This will make him feel indebted to you and will be willing to return the favor anytime you need something. Emotion versus logic technique. This is the easiest way to influence people. It is done by making someone craves or desires something to get what you want. Play with his emotions and do not allow him to think much and make a logical choice. Bribery technique. Figure out what the other person desires, be it material or emotional, then give it to him. Most often than not, it works like magic, and he will find ways to reciprocate the favor. Now, if you need something, use the opportunity to get it. You can suggest it in a way that will not sound as if you are blackmailing him. Just say it matter-of-factly, then wait for his response. Guilty technique. Although it was presented in the previous chapter as sort of negative tactic, you can use it sparingly just to get what you want. You can use it to people who already betrayed your trust, let you down, or manipulated you. It's payback time. Decipher people's body language. Body language unconsciously shows people's thoughts and feelings. Learn to observe their facial expressions, hand movements, and gestures when you are with them. You can manipulate them by playing with their psychological or emotional state. Display altruism. Coat your action with altruism. If you can make an outburst, yell, criticize, or blame someone, immediately tell him that you are concerned with him. That's why you reacted that way. Make him believe that you are there to guide, protect, and help him. Apologize if you think it is necessary in order to get back their trust. Explain that you just want to protect him. Remind him that you are there to assist him. Be charming. Flirt if you must. You can manipulate people if you are well-liked. Charm is a great weapon to get what you want. Being charming involves using extreme emotions to create greater impact. If necessary, flirt a little by making suggestive physical touches. This technique is effective especially when your target has low self-esteem or a bit lonely. Make them emotionally close to you. This is the easiest way to make others give what you want. If someone becomes emotionally close to you, he ceases to be rational, and he becomes an easy prey. However, you must be a master of your emotions first because this can rebound if you are not careful. You must be the one to incite sympathy and fear, not the other way. Do you know that there are simple methods you can use every day to master your manipulative power? Help someone accomplish his goals. Ask favors from people in social settings rather than doing it in a workplace. Present an option with same value, but less efficient. Surely, he will select the first one. Mimic someone's body language to send a message in his subconscious mind that you have similarities. Ask someone a favor when he is tired. Most likely, he will agree on what you say. Talk fast to overwhelm your opponent and make him agree with you. Usually, people agree because they cannot process what you have said and do not want to admit that they didn't understand. Make someone scared of something. Then, offer an antidote or remedy. Confuse someone with technicalities to comply with what you ask. Most people pretend that they understand what you are presenting. Start your request with an apology or show hesitation. It triggers people's emotions and respond to your needs. After they comply, give them a smile that shows relief and gratitude. However, showing vulnerability too often will lose its appeal, so use this technique occasionally. What is psychological manipulation? Psychological manipulation is defined as influencing someone through emotional exploitations or mental distortion in order to control another person to gain benefit. The manipulator will intentionally exploit the victim and create a power imbalance. You can use the following techniques to gain advantage. Allow your target to speak first. This will give you a chance to study him and find out his weaknesses. Ask questions, from general to probing, to establish a baseline of their behavior or mindset. Ask him to meet in your own space. Being in your familiar ground will give you more control and dominance. Making negative surprises. It is aimed to put your opponent off balance and gain advantage during negotiations. Do it without warning, so he will be too surprised and unprepared to counteract your move. Do not give him too much time. If you want him to say yes, put pressure and do not allow him to gain advantage of time. Pretend to be ignorant. Play dumb and show that you do not understand what he wants you to do. This will certainly annoy him or force him to do the task himself. Practice silent treatment. Deliberately make him wait and plant doubt in his mind. Do not reply to his messages, calls, or emails immediately. By being silent, you create leverage. Manipulate facts. You can do it by withholding information, making excuses, deforming truths, exaggerating, making understatements, or issuing biases. Use negative humor or sarcasm. Neutralize your critical remarks by using humor which is veiled with sarcasm. The purpose is to prove that you are psychologically superior. What is social manipulation? Social manipulation refers to skillful use of information to get specific desire. It is about influencing people in social settings with the use of your conversational abilities and personality. It is essential to master your social skills before practicing it. What are the benefits of mastering social manipulation? A social manipulator can create situations which open doors of great opportunities. You project a positive image which triggers people's interest to know you better and discover what you can do to enhance their business or personal lives. Social manipulation helps you forge professional connections among clients and associates. It would be easier for you to close deals or get promoted. Besides, becoming a social manipulator is not negative. It is you, an enhanced image of yourself. How to become the best social manipulator? There are 3 steps you can do. 1. Observe. Become interested in people. Observe them. Listen when they talk. Know their background and interests. Talk to them. Impress them with your knowledge about topics that they like. Number 2, learn. Stay updated with current news and events. Read journals, newspapers, and magazines to know the latest about everything. It will help you to impress other people. Express your opinion well, and people will likely respect you more. 3, plan your moves. Always know your purpose when you attend events. If you want to speak up or meet someone, it is best to focus your attention to him. Converse with others, of course, but do not let your target be out of your sight. Practice and master these steps to help you influence people. Chapter 6. Charisma. In this chapter, I'm going to talk about charisma and how it can be used to influence people. I am also going to tell you about the dark side of charisma. Charisma, also known as X factor, charm, sex appeal, or personal magnetism, is the mysterious and compelling power that can influence people. It is called referent power, or the ability to influence others because they trust, respect, and like the person. Charismatic people have attractive personalities and characters. They are likable, witty, highly spirited, and confident. They have warm personalities which inspire and make others feel good. They usually captivate others with their winning attitude and positive outlook in life. These people are usually team leaders, the bosses, or the managers. Charisma gives them irresistible power to influence people. Others see them as strong, dynamic leaders. But there is a dark side to charisma. The 2 kinds of charismatic leaders. According to social scientists Jane Howell and Robert House, there are 2 kinds of charismatic leaders. The GG, greater good, and the GM, greater me. The GG serves people or the community, while GM advances his interests. GG uses his influence to create good things. GM manipulates people to create what he wants. How to spot the difference? Both can talk the same thing about catering on the needs of the group. It is sometimes difficult to tell which is which. However, there are ways to identify the manipulative type of leader. Stop listening to what he is saying and observe the group's dynamics. GG, greater good. Leaders involve their members in realizing their visions. They are motivated to support the ideas and principles of their leaders. A GM, greater me, leader talks about his exploits and how he handled them. A GG leader talks about opportunities, challenges, and how everyone can reach their highest potential. A GM leader talks about competition and verbally attacks the opposition. Both charismatic leaders show confidence. However, GM surrounds himself with people who show adoration to inflate his ego and do not disagree. GG is comfortable mingling with smart people who offer different perspectives. How charisma can be dangerous. Charisma brings addiction. Charismatic people rely on other people for their popularity ranking in the society. On the other hand, people who follow them are addicted to their blatant charisma and continue supporting them. Both parties encourage each other to prolong the intense level of connection. Charisma disguises psychopaths. Psychopaths hide their antisocial personality behind charm. These people can be very charming to hide their manipulative tendency, egocentricity, deceitful attitude, and selfishness. Charisma affects clear judgment. Charismatic people influence people with their charm. It can affect rational thinking of people who is blinded by their charm. Using charisma to gain something from other people is a form of emotional manipulation. Charisma fosters narcissism. It can be used to turn people into their similar version. Manipulators share their principles and core values to facilitate connection with others. Others easily accept people who are aligned with their own ideologies. Manipulators use charisma to control believers who hold on the belief that charismatic people have special abilities or strengths to help them, even though in reality, it is just an imaginary force that manipulators use to dazzle others. What are the negative effects of charisma? Exploitation, unrealistic expectation, over-cooperation, exemption, the belief that I am better than others, overdependence, arrogance, abuse, self-importance. What are the elements of charisma? 1. Presence. It is the power to focus the energy and attention to others who want to be appreciated or recognized. A quality time is important, and being able to make others feel good after spending their time with you. People may not want to talk about it, but letting them know that you appreciate what they have done will bring warmth in their hearts, and their minds will think of more creative ways to please you. Another way to make people feel your presence is to master the art of body movements. The one way to show them that you got the power is occupying more space than act with controlled purpose. Sit on the table while having small talk. Drape your arms over the back of the seat or sit sideways with one leg over the other. 2. Regal bearing. Act as if you are the most important person in the room. Stand, sit, and walk like a winner. People will treat you how you treat yourself. Be poised and exude confidence. Power dressing is also essential. Your physical body image is important if you want to project power. Keep your chin up and shoulders back. Walk tall and send out subtle body language that will charm people into your inner circle. 3. Manners. Show your best behavior when conversing or mingling with other people. Walk around the room with inflated chest and see how people make way for you. Smile and convey warmth while interacting with people. Make sure that you are keeping them interested to know you better by dropping some witty opinions on the topics they are discussing. Make eye contacts and touch them in their arms if you are emphasizing an important idea. Become a good conversationalist. Speaking in slow manner shows inner calmness and confidence on. It also shows thoughtfulness and intelligence. So, remember to speak slowly to impress. Number 4. Finesse. People with charismatic power are naturally composed and proper. It is important to exude elegance and calm demeanor. Do not become too excited over some issues that are being discussed. Move with grace and poise around. Express your opinion with conviction and explain your perceptions. Listen attentively and know when to nod or smile during the conversation. Number 5. Enigma. It is a compelling power that draws people inside your own circle. It is not just about physical attributes. It is the totality of your qualities, which set you apart from the rest. It gives you a mysterious, indescribable aura of attractiveness. There are 2 ways to keep being an enigma. Don't reveal your intentions or plans. Be unpredictable. Be intentionally vague and impress by saying less. These will bring anticipation, and people will be watching your next course of action. Keep igniting their imagination, and your charismatic power will be stronger. Number 6. Diplomacy. This pertains to your social skills, especially the ability to relate with people. It involves tact and skillful dealing with any situation. You need to act to avoid offending people with your words or behavior. Make others feel good about themselves by giving compliments or agreeing with their point of view. Anticipate the needs of others and extend help before they ask. It will make them think of you as a hero, friend, and savior. Being extra nice and thoughtful always create warm feelings and a sense of gratitude. Offer your time and expertise on things that trouble others. If you see something to be done that requires your assistance, lend a helping hand. Number 7. Allure. This is the essence of charisma. It is the final ingredient that completes the power to influence. Allure is the mysterious aura that emanates from you. It warms people and makes them comfortable to be with you. How to use body language to manipulate people. One of the things mentioned above is the use of body language to enhance charisma. Body language sends powerful signal to people around you. It can be used to express emotions that you cannot say. It can affect the perception and reasoning. Take note of the following gestures. 1. Shaking hands with palm facing upward is a sign of submissiveness, but when the palm faces downward, it speaks of dominance. Number 2. Open palms denote trust. Number 3. The first person that your eyes seek when laughing with the group is the one you trust most. What are ways to enhance your charisma? Smile. Show genuine smile when someone is telling you great things. Be appreciative of what they are sharing and be sincerely happy for them. Learn the proper way of handshaking. Your grip shows your strength and sincerity. A steady, strong grip gives an impression that you are genuinely happy to meet them. Give impression that they are the interesting and fascinating. Make them feel that you love being with them and you have them under your spell. When the time comes that you need their support, they will not hesitate to follow you. Be true to yourself. Develop your talents and core gifts. Enhance your personality and character. Boost your abilities studying the habits of charismatic people. Be confident of your own abilities and practice your charisma to people around you. Be a good listener. Charismatic people are good listeners. Practice giving your full attention to people who are unloading their concerns to you. As much as possible, do not ask questions unless they ask for your opinions. Make eye contact during the conversation. Give them your full attention. Avoid distractions like constantly checking your phone or your watch. Be a good speaker. Express your message clearly and effectively. Practice speaking with confidence. People are instantly drawn to eloquent speakers. Read a lot and know a bit about various topics to improve your knowledge. The more you know, the more you can contribute during conversations. Be generous with compliments. Make people love you by giving sincere compliments and giving credits to those who do their tasks well. By showing appreciation and praises, you are boosting their confidence and make them grateful to your kind gestures. Be kind to others. Kindness is one factor that makes charismatic people more attractive. Lend a helping hand, a willing ear, an open pocket for those in need, and a generous heart that gives without expecting something in return. Be visible. Mingle with people. Do not hide in your comfort zone. Join clubs or organizations with objectives that are aligned to your personal interests. Grab opportunities to show off your talents and skills. Speak up for great causes. Let your voice be counted. Volunteer your time and effort. Make a difference. Become an everyday hero in your own community. Be seen and let the world acknowledge your presence. Chapter 7. Mind Control. In this chapter, I'm going to talk mind control as another method to manipulate, persuade, or influence people. Mind control is defined as the concept where human mind is controlled or altered using psychological techniques. It is also referred to as manipulation, brain control, brain sweeping, brainwashing, thought reform, thought control, re-education, coercive persuasion, and menticide. How does mind control affect the subject or victim? Mind control involves reducing the ability of the subject to think independently or rationally by introducing new ideas in his mind. It aims to change the person's beliefs, attitudes, behaviors, preferences, and values. It can disrupt the person's level of identity. It alters the core and creates a new pseudo-personality. What are the important things to know about mind control? It is subtle. Oftentimes, the person is not aware of being controlled by a manipulator because it is a subtle process. It starts with allowing the manipulator to decide for him, but in his mind, he is making the choice. It is not abrupt. Changes don't happen all of a sudden. The changes that occur depend on the technique used by the manipulator, duration of exposure, and social or personal factors. It is done by using force. Pressure is done through psychological, social, emotional force. It doesn't necessarily use physical force. It is used by someone close to the person. Usually, the person who manipulates the victim is a family, friend, or colleague, believing that the other person is doing him a favor or has his best interest. The person becomes a willing participant. This makes mind control dangerous to everyone. Anybody is susceptible to this kind of manipulation. What kind of person uses mind control? There are two kinds of people who use mind control. One group are those who want to help other people control addiction or other negative habits. The other group uses this technique for their own benefits. They want to control the will of others in order to achieve their selfish motives. Some of these people are the narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths. They are the type of people who do not have a conscience. What are the factors that determine the effectiveness of mind control? Method of technique used, number of techniques used to control the person, length of exposure, frequency of exposure, proximity or relationship with the manipulator, allowed exposure to the outside world, presence of sexual abuse, support or lack of it from family and friends. What are the most popular modern techniques for mind control? 1. Education. It is considered the most dangerous because it alters the perceptions of young, impressionable children. 2. Religion, politics, sports. The concept of divide and conquer is present in these areas. Religion is the usual backdrop of wars. Politics is used by leftists to control the course of action of opposition. Sport is considered a key distraction, which takes away people's attention to vital issues. 3. Military. Military used mind control techniques for many years. Those who want to become a member of military are subjected to indoctrinated of hierarchy, absolute obedience, and control. 4. Television and computers' flicker rate. Flicker rate alters the person's alpha brainwaves. It produces a kind of hypnosis, which induces ADHD. Television is programmed via remote control, lulls a person to sleep or wake-up state. Computers use less flicker rate, but social network apps and video games can bring the altered state due to overload of information. 5. Advertising and propaganda. Media, print, televisions, movies, and cable news are used to influence people. Advertising is widely used to create and supply a need. Propaganda is spread through these technologies too. 6. Drugs. They are used to control people and make them submissive to authority. Military use of nerve drugs resulted to numerous cases of suicides. Drugs are used on patients with disorders to pacify them and allow medical intervention. One thing is real. It leads to addiction to numb pains or discomfort. 7. Food, air, water. Most foods use additives and toxic chemicals which poison the body. They can alter the brain chemistry, which leads to feelings of apathy or docility. MSG and aspartame, artificial sweetener, can excite brain cells till they die. Water has fluoride, which is responsible for low intelligence quotient. What are the ways to stop manipulators from using mind control over you? It is important to be vigilant and observant of people around you. There are strategies you can practice to stop or avoid being a victim. 1. Beware of people whose actions are not congruent to what they speak. 2. Observe the context of the message. Look for a hidden agenda. 3. Be wary of people who push you to make a decision or choice. You have the right to say no or defer the decision. 4. Take note of the group and situational pressures in your surroundings. 5. Don't be afraid to disobey social custom if you believe it is necessary. 6. Know when you are vulnerable. Negative major events in your life, such as death, loss of job, separation, or heartbreak, can make you vulnerable. 7. Do not allow yourself to do something unusual or against your principle just to please other people. 8. Get more information from other sources if you think they will help you more instead of relying to what is being fed to your mind by manipulators. 9. Beware of people who excessively emphasize the mutual interest or similar mindset between you. 10. Don't be swayed by requests to make small commitment at present time and allow open contract in the future. 11. Learn to see beyond the circumstances. 12. Express your argument or disagreement with firm conviction. 13. Observe who is in control in any social situation. Then, find out why. 14. Maintain a healthy self-esteem and strong sense of self-worth. Chapter 8. Hypnosis. In this chapter, I am going to introduce hypnosis and how it is utilized to manipulate people. What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is known as the induction of trance-like consciousness, suppressing the ability of the person to make his own action. The subject of hypnosis becomes highly responsive to suggestions and commands. How does hypnosis work? Under this mental state, the subconscious mind overwhelms the conscious mind. The non-analytical right side becomes strong and the analytical left side becomes weak. When the person is under hypnosis, deep-seated beliefs, fears, and instincts can be reprogrammed by controlling the subconscious mind. What is covert hypnosis? It is also known as conversation hypnosis, conversational coercion, or sleight-of-mouth hypnosis. It is the easiest method to control people's mind without suspicion. It allows the manipulator to hijack the victim's mind and control him. What are the benefits of covert hypnosis? 1. You can sell your products to many people. 2. You can attract individuals who can help you in your career or personal life. 3. You can command people to do, produce, or complete tasks for you. 4. You can draw the attention of people in the room and control them. What are the most common covert hypnosis techniques? 1. Hypnotic gaze induction. It requires maintaining eye contact with your target to get undivided attention, increases responsiveness, communicate goodwill, and induce hypnosis. When you use signs such as teary eyes, excessive blinking, fidgeting, yawning, quick and nervous glances, shifting of body, and change of voice inflection, these are indications that they are having internal pressures and will respond to your wishes. 2. Embedded commands. This is a language pattern where you implant suggestions, wishes, or ideas into their minds. It is a sequence of words in command sentence form. Your target will unconsciously accept, then eventually believe that it is their own. 3. Deception technique. It uses word suggestions to make the other person believe you, even if it is just a false information. Most clairvoyants, psychics, mediums, and hypnotists create illusions through this method to gain trust or rapport. 4. Misdirection. Manipulators use this technique by diverting the attention of the person by making suggestion, which is worded in different context. 5. Submodalities. This involves observing how people react on information with the use of words. Once you know the word pattern that triggers positive or negative response, you can use them anytime to activate the answer you need. Chapter 9. Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP. In this chapter, I'm going to introduce Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, and how it's used to control people's thoughts. What is NLP? Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, is created by John Grinder and Richard Bandler in the United States way back in 1970s. It deals with 3 components involved in humans' interface: neurology, language, and programming. Neurological regulates the functions of the body. Language is used to express thoughts and feelings. And programming determines the kind of world you create. What are the mind control techniques of NLP? Paying close attention to the person. Look out for cues such as pupil dilation, body language, breathing pattern, and more. The sudden changes are indications that the person is processing the information you give. Using hot words. Hot words connect to the person's senses and create a heightened sense of experience. Examples are see this, feel this, hear this, now, eventually, as, or because. Sometimes, NLP practitioners use vague words in order to control the person's mind. Interspersal subconscious mind technique. It involves saying something, but planting different ideas in the subconscious mind of the person. Sublime mind programming and creating anchor. By creating anchor within you, it becomes easy for manipulators to program your mind. Secretly establishing rapport. It uses vicious language and mirrors body language in subtle ways to establish rapport. Once a connection is set, you become more vulnerable to what they say. Bypassing conscious mind with voice roll. It uses a paced and pattern wording to trigger response. It is usually done by repeating keyword in monotonous tones. Speaking close to human heartbeats. The human heart beats 45 to 72 beats per minute, and when you talk as fast as that, it triggers higher level of mental acceptance. Chapter 10. Other Persuasion Techniques. In this chapter, I'm going to give other persuasion techniques that manipulators use to control their victims. What is the basis of persuasion? Basically, the purpose of persuasion is to gain access to the right side of your brain without your knowledge. This side is the imaginative and creative area of the brain. What are the other forms of persuasion techniques? Subliminal programming, vibrato, constant repetition, matching names. What is subliminal programming? Subliminals programming uses visual or audio suggestions which are easily seen or detected. They are incorporated in an image, message, or music. Their hidden meaning can be perceived by the subconscious mind. How does vibrato affect the state of mind or feeling? Vibrato is known to produce heightened level of feelings, which can lead to sexual fantasies. It can alter the state of mental consciousness due to its cycle per second range of voice. What is constant repetition technique? It is done by giving a direct message, then constantly reminding him to remember it. You can use symbols to manipulate this command. This technique stimulates psychological familiarity to lower their apprehension or distrust and eventually accept your message. What is matching names technique? When you connect the name to the choices, most likely the person will select the one which is close to his heart. The sound of familiar names, especially his own name, influences his decision or choice. Why using because persuade people? This single word is found effective to make others act on your behalf or allow you to do what you want. By giving people the cause of your action, they comply effortlessly. Conclusion. Thank you for reading this book. I hope it helps you become more familiar about manipulation and the negative effects it brings to its victims. Do not become one of them. Learn and practice strategies to counteract the moves of manipulators. Do not allow others to obscure your perceptions. Make decisions for you or limit your capacity to live your life to the fullest. On the other hand, learning positive manipulation can be very helpful to achieve your goals fast. Knowing to influence others can be exciting and empowering. Just remember to use it positively. The key is in your hands now. Use this book to help you and others from becoming victims of manipulation. If you like my book, please leave a positive review on Amazon. I would appreciate it a lot. Thanks. This is the link. Leave your review here. Thank you. Take a look at these other books too. Borderline Disorder: 50 Solutions for Surviving Someone with Borderline Personality Disorder. OCD: How to Overcome Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder. Hoarding: Break the cycle and stop hoarding now. Break habits, resist temptation, and learn self-control. This has been Manipulation: The Science and Art of Influence and Persuasion. Written by Christian Olsen. Narrated by Matthias Job Gombusch. Copyright 2017 by Christian Olsen. Production copyright 2017 by Christian Olsen.